self-control. In an age of noise, temptation, and instant gratification, it is not just a virtue, it is a revolution. We live in a world that tells us to chase every feeling, to satisfy every craving, to react to every trigger. But what if strength isn't found in expression, but in restraint? The Stoics believe that freedom is not the ability to do whatever you feel like doing, but the ability to act in accordance with reason, even when emotion begs you not to. To have control over your actions, your words, your reactions. This is true power. Not the kind that dominates others, but the kind that masters the self. And this is where Stoicism enters, not as a cold, rigid philosophy, but as a living practice, a daily discipline, a way of seeing the world not as we wish it to be, but as it is. Epictetus was born a slave. He had nothing, no wealth, no status, no control over the world around him. But he discovered that the one thing he did control, his mind, was enough. He said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things. You cannot stop the storm, but you can decide how you stand in the rain. When someone disrespects you, you have a choice: to retaliate and become like them, or to rise above and remain true to your principles. When temptation calls, you can indulge it and grow weaker, or you can resist and build inner strength brick by brick." Self-control is not denial, it is the recognition that some pleasures are not worth their price, that not every emotion deserves your voice, that not every thought deserves to become action. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, wrote to himself in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Even he, surrounded by power and pressure, understood the greatest victory is not over nations, but over the self. Self-control is the quiet refusal to be a slave to emotion. It is the subtle strength of walking away from an argument when your pride begs you to win. It is the deep breath before the response, the pause between impulse and action. A Stoic does not suppress emotion. A Stoic studies it, understands it, and then decides, does this serve me? Does this align with my values? Because virtue is not accidental. It is forged through repetition, through the daily decision to live by principle, not pressure. In this practice, pain becomes a teacher, hardship becomes training, and the world, chaotic and unpredictable, becomes less of a threat and more of a classroom. Self-control, then, is not about being perfect, it's about being consistent, returning to yourself again and again, no matter how far you've strayed, and in a world that constantly pulls you outward toward distraction, toward reaction, toward ego, the Stoic pulls inward, back to reason, back to character, back to the still point within. You don't need to control everything, you only need to control yourself. And when you do, no insult can shake you, no loss can break you, no temptation can own you. You become unshakable.